Greetings. So you decided to get your CDL. Congratulations. Very exciting decision. I'm going to help you walk through a little bit of how to get your CDL. The way I did it is I went to the community college in my town, gave the administration a call. They have a trucking program and they had a grant. So if you went through the trucking program, it was free. Pretty exciting. I'll talk a little bit about paying for your CDL training in a minute. So I registered, did all the things, and they said on my way out, by the way, make sure you have your CDL permit before you come to class. You need that to drive the truck. Makes sense. So on the way home, I swung by the DMV and they had some openings, so I took the permit test. Failed it miserably. I didn't realize that was going to be questions on there that I didn't know and that I was actually going to have to study to pass it. I thought it was just going to be kind of a general knowledge thing. Well, I failed it miserably. So went home, studied about 3 days. They gave me a book, downloaded a couple of apps, and took some practice tests. And the second time went and I passed it just fine. No big deal. So be aware that if you're going to go get your permit, study for it, because unless you're part of a family of truckers and you already know it all and all that stuff, you're gonna need to do a little bit of studying. Well, then after that, went to school. So to get your schooling, you really have two choices. Either you can go to one of the mega carriers, just like Schneider or a Warner or somebody like that, and they will put you through their school and then hire you out of the class, and then you'll have a guaranteed job, and that's great. The only con I see with that is that then you are contractually obligated to work for them for 9 months, a year, or whatever it is, depends on the company. If that doesn't bother you and you're just like, great, yeah, let me go do that, and this way I'll have a guaranteed job and won't have to apply at places after the fact. Great idea. Go for it. That's great. Just realize that you'll be stuck with that company for a while after you get your CDL. I've heard some people say that they might not get the best loads, might not get the best home time because, well, they know that you're not going anywhere because you're contractually obligated to be there. Paying for yourself is an option. Anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 depending on your school. Don't quote me on that. If you've gone and you've had a price, please put it in the comments. But like I said, I got a grant. So it took about 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks of CDL school training. We did everything from road to backing up to different parallel parking to classwork. You'll do a lot of stuff in there, and it'll be a great experience. So after that, you go to the DOT, the DMV, whatever your state's driving area is. For us, we had someone hired on who could do the testing for us. So that was pretty neat. So we did the test, and it's not hard, it's not bad. You have to decide, well, depending on your school, you have to decide if you want to do automatic only or if you want to try to get your manual as well. If you don't test on a manual, then on your CDL, it'll be an automatic restriction, meaning you can only drive automatic semis, which if you're going to drive for one of the big trucking companies, you're most likely going to have an automatic. I think like Schneider only has one manual in their Indiana area, and that I think is just a day cab. So if you want your automatic, if you don't want to have the automatic restriction, make sure your school knows that and you can learn a manual. Some schools don't give you the option. Mine did. So that's pretty much the whole shebang on how to get your CDL. There's techniques you can look up. There's videos out there on backing, on parallel parking, on shifting, on all of that stuff. Feel free to look those up. I hope it goes super well. Good luck. I'll be sharing my experience on my first week of orientation at the company that I went with. So I'll tell you what that is in the next video, or you'll just see it in the title. Have a good one, everyone.